Welcome to Raghava Creations. Maths is easy. Do subscribe our channel. Let's learn maths in an easy and interesting way. Welcome dear children of Standard 7. Today we are going to learn about number system, chapter 1, which starts with integers. Okay, so today in this video you are going to learn about what are integers and then how to do addition of integers. Okay, let's go on with what are integers. Integers are a collection of natural numbers, zero and negative numbers. So you have already learned about natural numbers and whole numbers in your lower classes. So natural numbers are numbers which starts from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and it goes on. And natural numbers are denoted by the letter N, N for natural number. And whole numbers starts from 0. So the numbers that are starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are called as whole numbers. And whole numbers are denoted by the letter W. So integers are a collection of numbers which are natural numbers, 0 and negative numbers. And integers are denoted by the letter Z. So you can see you have the negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. Another way of defining integers is integers are a collection of whole numbers and negative numbers. So here whole number starts from 0 and negative numbers. So you can write in any way. So 0 comes under as whole numbers. So whole numbers and negative numbers. So here integers are denoted by the letter Z. Let me show this on the number line for you, which will give you a more clear way. So in the number line, which you are learning from your lower class, from standard 1, we are used to learning on number line. So it starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are all on the right of 0. The numbers which are on the right of 0 are called as positive integers and you can see them increasing. It is going from in the ascending order. 0 is neither positive nor negative. So it is not a positive number or it is not a negative number. So when you see towards the left of 0, you see all the negative integers. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. It goes towards your left in an increasing order. So from here, we know that 2 is less than 3. So we all know that 2 is less than 3. Similarly, 0 is less than 1. So when you look at the numbers, minus 3 is less than minus 2. So though 3 is greater, but minus 3 is less than minus 2. So here you can see the number in the descending order, but still the values are less. So the number line gives a visual representation of the set of all integers with positive to the right of 0 and negative integers to the left of 0. So now we move on to the properties of integers. Last year in standard 6, you would have learnt about properties of numbers. So now we are going into properties of integers. Integers have 6 main properties of operation. Closure property, commutative property, associative property, identity property, inverse property, and distributive property. So let's see in detail what these properties are. So before going into it, I would like to just give you a simple clue. So closure property, commutative property, associative property, identity property and inverse property, all these properties involves only one operation. It can be either addition or subtraction or multiplication or division. But distributive property involves two operations. It can be multiplication, addition, multiplication and subtraction, division and addition, or division and subtraction. And one more thing, closure property and commutative property involves two numbers or two integers. Associative property involves minimum 3 integers. Identity property and inverse property, when you learn, you will understand. Similarly, distributive property also involves 3 integers. Okay, this table would give you a very clear idea about the numbers. Here, A and B are taken as integers. So closure property states that when you add two integers, the answer is also an integer. So integer plus integer is an element of integer. So A and B are two integers. And here B is a non-zero integer. That means B is not 0 or A is also not 0. Similarly, when you subtract two integers, the answer is also an integer. When you multiply two integers, the answer is an integer. Similarly, multiplication of two integers is also an integer. Whereas division, it may not be an integer because you may get your answers in the decimal form or a fractional form. So division of integers is not a closure property. And moreover, when you divide A divided by B, if you divide it by a 0, the number is undefined. So division of integer is not closed under integers. Now next, coming to commutative property. As I said, you have two numbers involved or two integers involved. So when you inverse, when you add in the different order also, the answer will be the same. So when you add two integers, a plus b is equals to b plus a. So if you're going to add minus 3 plus minus 2 or minus 2 plus minus 3, both are going to give you the same answer. So the addition, commutative property of addition is true. Whereas if the answer won't be true for subtraction, whereas multiplication it is equal, and for division again it is not equal. So commutative property is true for addition and multiplication of integers, and it stands false for subtraction and division of integers. Associative property. Associative property involves three integers. That's the reason it's given a plus b plus c. So when three integers are given, the order remains the same, a plus b plus c, a plus b plus c. But the grouping of the numbers, first which one to be added, will be different. So in that case also, your answer will be same for addition and multiplication. So associative property is true for addition and multiplication of integers and doesn't stand true for subtraction and division of integers. Now, distributive property, as I said, involves two operations. You can see multiplication and addition. So here we have A into B plus C, which is AB into plus AC. That is, you can multiply the two numbers and with the other two numbers. So A into B plus C is A into B plus A into C is distributive property. So distributive property here is its multiplication over addition. And here you call it as multiplication over division. So you cannot do multiplication over multiplication and multiplication over division. That is the reason it's given as not applicable. So distributive property involves two operations and other properties involve one operation. So here in this table, you have seen four properties. Let's see the other two properties. Additive identity. Additive identity means when you add any number, when you add this number to any number, the answer should remain the same. So when you add 0 to any number, the answer remains the same. So a plus 0 is equals to a. So additive identity is 0. Example, 5 plus 0 is 5. Minus 21 plus 0 is minus 21. The value remains unchanged. So additive identity is 0. Additive inverse is the minus sign. So additive inverse of a is minus a. Example, additive inverse of minus 5 is 5. And of minus 6 is 6. Multiplicative identity. When you multiply 1 with any number, the value remains unchanged. So the multiplicative identity is 1. Example, 5 into 1 is 5. Minus 21 into 1 is minus 21. Multiplicative inverse is reciprocal. So getting the inverse of the number is the reciprocal. So a is 1 by a. Example, the multiplicative inverse of 5 is 1 by 5 and multiplicative inverse of minus 1 by 21 is minus 21. Okay, now we move on to addition of integers. So roughly you got an idea about what are integers. And now let's see how to do the addition of integers. So you have a set of rules even to do the addition of integers. The sum of two positive integers and two negative integers, the sum of two positive integers is positive and two negative integers is negative. Similarly, the sum of a positive and a negative integer is the difference of two numbers in value and has the sign of greater integer. The statement may be a little confusing as you are beginners. So I'll give you a simple table. When you look at the table, it would be more easier for you. When you have to add, now here integers are positive and negative numbers together. So when you add two positive numbers, and means here addition. So when you add two positive numbers, you have to do the addition process and you put the sign of plus, that is the positive sign. So when you add two positive integer, add and put the plus sign. So how do you add? For example, plus 5 plus 4. Now here both are positive numbers. So when you add 5 plus 4, you get 9 and you put the sign plus. Now same thing when you have two negative integers, two minus values. When you add two negative integers, again add and put the minus sign. That is your negative sign. Example, minus 5 plus minus 4. The number 5 and 4 should be added and you put the minus sign. Now the question comes here when one is positive and one is negative. So when one is positive and one is negative integer, look, the operation what you have to do is you have to subtract. Subtract and put the sign of the greater number. So you look at which is the greater sign. So here you can see the plus is big. So you put the plus sign. Here you see minus is big, so you put the minus sign. Let's see the examples. 5 plus minus 4. So this is plus 5 and this is minus 4. So we know that the signs are different. So let's do the subtraction operation. So 5 minus 4 is 1. The greater number here is 5. So you put the sign of the greater number plus. I'll give you one more example. Minus 15 plus 6. So here again minus 15 plus 6. Both are different signs. So let's subtract. 15 minus 6 is 9. Now here the number 15 is greater than 6. The sign of 15 is minus. So the answer is minus 9. I hope now you would have understood the clear rule of addition of integers. Do take this table and memorize it. Now let's go into the sums in exercise. So here we start with fill in the blanks. Minus 30 plus dash is equals to 60. So here it is positive, whereas here it is negative integer. So how do you get it? What number should you add with minus 30 to get 60? I'll teach you a simple rule. So let this dash be taken as an unknown value a. So when you take the minus 30 to the other side of equal to sign, it changes to plus 30. We know that. Negative number changes to positive number. Positive number changes to negative number. Multiplication changes to division and division changes to multiplication. This is the rule that we had been learning last year. So dash is taken as a and minus 30 goes to the other side of equal to sign as plus 30. So 60 plus 30 is 90. So your answer is 90. Let's look at the next one. Similarly, we take dash as a. Minus 5 goes to the other side. So minus 100 plus 5. Now here both are different signs. So you have to subtract. So 90 take away 5 will be 95. And 100 is the greater number. So minus 95 is your answer. Minus 52 plus minus 52. So you can simply add. Both are minus numbers. So you add and put the minus sign. So you get the answer as minus 104. Fourth one, dash plus minus 22 is equals to 0. So when you add with the additive inverse, you get 0. So plus 22 plus minus 22 will be equal to 0. Or another method, you take this to the other side of 2 equal to sign. So 0 plus 22 is 22. Dash plus minus 70 is equals to 70. Again here your additive identity comes. But here it's minus 70. So if you take the minus 70 that side, it becomes plus 70. So A is equals to 70 plus 70. So your answer is 140. 20 plus 80 plus dash is equals to 0. So 20 plus 80 is 100. So if you take 100 to the other side of equal to sign, you get minus 100. So 100 plus dash is equals to 0. So A is your dash is equals to 0 minus 100, which is minus 100. 75 plus minus 25 is equals to what? So here this is a positive number, this is a negative number. So you have to subtract. 75 take away 25 would be 50. And here the sign of the greater number is 75. So plus 75. So you get the answer as plus 50. 171 plus dash is equals to 0. Write the additive inverse of 171, which is minus 171. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Look at the sum number 9. Minus 3 plus minus 12 plus minus 77. Similarly, you have dash plus minus 12 plus minus 77. So here you can see this is given in the form of associative property, 3 numbers and addition process. So associative property of addition. The number which is missing here is minus 3. So minus 3 will be your answer. Look at the next one. Minus 42 plus dash plus minus 23 is equals to dash plus 15 plus dash. Again here you see associative property. The number which is here is missing in this block. So it's 15 and here it's minus 42 and minus 23. So the answers are highlighted for you in red. True or false? The additive inverse of minus 32 is minus 32. Is it true? It is false because additive inverse they ask you, so it will be plus 32. Minus 90 plus minus 30 is 60. So when both the signs are same, you have to add. So 90 plus 30 is 120 and sign is minus. So the statement is false. Minus 125 plus 25 is minus 100. So both the signs are different, so you have to subtract. 125 take away 25 is 100 and the greater sign is minus. So it stands true. Now let's move on to the third one. Add the following. 8 plus minus 12. So here the signs are different. So when the signs are different, you have to subtract. The sign of the greater number is minus. So we write minus out and we subtract both the numbers 12 minus 8, which is minus 4. Minus 3 plus minus 5. Here both the integers have negative sign. So we have to add the numbers. Since it is minus sign, the answer will have the minus sign. So minus of 3 plus 5, which is minus 8. Minus 100 plus minus 10. Again here both the integers have negative signs. So you have to add and put the minus sign. So minus 100 plus 10 is minus 110. 20 plus minus 72. So here both the numbers are having different sign, plus and minus. So you have to subtract. So when you subtract, the sign of the greater number is minus. So minus will be the sign of the answer. So minus 72 minus 20 will be minus 52. 82 plus minus 75. Again here you have a positive number, you have a negative number. So you have to subtract. The sign, the greater number is 82 and its sign is plus. So you put plus outside. 82 minus 75 is plus 7. Minus 48 plus minus 15. Both are negative numbers. So add and put the minus sign. So minus 48 plus 15 will be minus 63. Minus 225 plus minus 63. Both are negative numbers. So add and put the minus sign. So you get minus 288. Okay, then Malar appeared for competitive exam which has negative scoring of 1 mark for each correct answer. For each incorrect answer. In paper 1, she answered 25 questions incorrectly and in paper 2, 13 questions incorrectly. Find the total reduction of marks. So let's see how much she's got. Let the negative scoring be minus 1 because it's given that 1 mark is reduced. And since the negative scoring, we take it as minus 1. Number of incorrect answers in paper 1 is minus 25. So minus 25, that means she's going to get reduced minus 25 marks. Number of incorrect answers in paper 2 is 30. So minus 30. So total reduction of marks will be minus 25 plus minus 30. So you get minus 25 plus 13. Since both are negative numbers, you have to add. So the reduction of marks will be minus 38. In a quiz competition, Team A scored plus 30, minus 20, 0 and Team B scored 20, 0 and plus 30 in the successive rounds. Which team will win? Can we say that we can add integers in any order? Yes, we know that we can add integers in any order. So scores of Team A is minus 30, minus 20 and 0. So scores of team B is minus 20, 0 and 30. Total score of team A, you have two numbers plus 30 and minus 20. Both are different signs, so you have to subtract. 30 minus 20 is 10 and the greater number is 10, so you get plus 10. Total score of team B is again 30 and 20, different signs. Greater number is plus, so plus 30 minus 20 is 10. Here, both the teams scores the same. And yes, of course, the integers can be added in any order. That is what we learned in the commutative property of addition. Now we'll move on to the sixth one. Are 11 plus 7 plus 10 and 11 plus 7 plus 10 equal? Now here you can look, the numbers are in the same order, but the grouping is different. So 11 plus 7 is 17. 17 plus 10 is 27. Here 11 plus 7 plus 10 is 17. So 11, you get 28 as the answer. Yes, they are equal. And since three numbers are involved with this one single operation, it is associative property. Find 5 pairs of integers that add up to 2. So you may get different answers here. Any number of answers can be given, but I'll give you simple 5 pairs. Plus 1 gives you plus 2. 0 plus 2 gives you plus 2. 3 minus 1 gives you plus 2. 4 minus 2 gives you plus 2. And minus 3 plus 5 also gives you plus 2. The temperature of at 12 noon in certain place was 18 degrees Celsius, 18 degree above zero. If it decreases at the rate of 3 degree per hour, at what time it would be 12 degree below zero? So now here the temperature is 12 at 12 noon in a certain place. It's 18 degree above zero. That means it's plus 18. And every 3 hour 3 degree is reducing. So when it will become to minus 12. So you have to get the tables of 3. At what time? So 12 o'clock it is 18 plus. So at 1 p.m. At 1 p.m. it will be 15 degree plus 15. 2 p.m. it will be 12. So similarly, when you come down at 10 p.m. it will be 12 degree below zero. That is, it will be minus 12. Identify the problem with negative numbers as its answer. So here you had 4 options. So when we solve the 4 options, you get the negative number answer as minus 8. So first option is right. Minus 10 plus 7. Both are different signs. So subtract and put the sign of the greater number. So your answer is minus 3. 11th one, you have 3 numbers. So first add the negative numbers and then subtract it with a positive number. So minus 8 plus minus 2 is minus 10. And plus 10, you get 0. 20 plus minus 9 plus 9. Minus 9 plus 9 is 0. So 0 plus 20 is 20. Or you can even add the positive numbers. 20 plus 9 is 29. Minus 9 is plus 20. So thank you for watching. Do subscribe our channel. Like and share with your friends. Hope you would have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching Raghava Creation. Maths is easy.